Hey, it's Nick from Print Profit. We are a software startup based out of Northeast Minneapolis, and we're building the printing industry's platform for profitability. Here's the 5 things that we accomplished in the business this July. Number 1 is we started our SOC 2 Type 2 audit, and I'm excited. Said probably no one ever, but for us, being really a data company at the end of the day, helping financially engineer where printing companies are looking to go, having the highest level of confidence and demonstration that we're keeping up on data security and all of those policies and best practices, we live that. So starting the SOC 2 Type 2 audit is a great step for our company to demonstrate we're serious about customers' most sensitive data.
For those who don't know, what is SOC 2 Type 2?
Yeah, SOC 2 Type 2, I'd say, I can speak for North America at least, is really the go-to. It's not a certificate or accreditation, but it's just an audited demonstration that you are adhering to the highest level of best practices for taking in data securely, that's sensitive information, and that's critical for both us and all the print shops who trust us with that. Number 2 is our press release came out. We've talked as a team wanting to formally tell the industry who we are. What are we working so hard to achieve? How does it help improve printing companies? What are some of those early wins? So blood, sweat, and tears went into creating this, and it feels great to finally have that out there. Let's kick it over to Neil. Neil, what was one of your highlights for the month?
Yeah, one of the highlights is we closed our first sales outreach deal, and Nick was nice enough to get us some sparkling grape, so we're gonna pop this open after.
Sure.
Yeah, it was just, I think we thought it was like a get rich quick, where we send out emails, we get a ton of sales calls booked, and we're gonna get a bunch of money and we all get a yacht. That wasn't the case.
We can confirm not the case.
No, it was a lot of effort in terms of building out our list, qualifying our list, sending out targeted emails, and then realizing we can't send any kind of emails, which really draft our copy right and kind of be unique. And Griffin also talked about, how we had Luke who came and talked about how to be unique and helped us with that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just a process, hopping on the calls and also being that customer success, that whole free trial period, all of that. And, there was different variables that happen in play, like, sometimes they're not able to buy or different things happen. But in the end, it was a more, just to sum it up, a more difficult process than we thought. But luckily, in the end, we at least had one over the line, and hopefully more to come with our outreach. At least now we have a system in place, or at least some system in place to help us with that.
And
For
Neil's
sure.
being a little humble. He specifically closed his first sales
Yes,
deal.
sir, Neil.
So it was Print
Take the
Profit's
credit.
first proactive outreach versus just word of mouth. But this man right here got the job done.
Yes, you did.
I appreciate that. Griffin, do you want to talk about what Luke spoke to us about?
Yeah. So we had a couple things that happened. First of all, Luke came in. Luke is in the content creation space. He's in the insurance industry, but he's also in the startup space too, as part of the startup community that we're part of. But he came in, and he's huge on content creation and sales outreach, and we were just looking to find advice and tips from him. And he pretty much talked about, with his customers, with these people he's working with, just being unique and being different. And understanding the why behind why you do stuff. We kind of got caught in the weeds a little bit about what we're doing and the process in doing that, but not like the why behind what we're doing. And so he really brought us back to this grounded space and this square one point of like, okay, why are we doing this stuff, and how can we be different through doing that stuff too? So one of the things he talked about was with his customers, how to be different. Actually like going to like their Instagram accounts or going online and figuring out, okay, this customer, they like this a lot, or they like that a lot, or they support this soccer team or this football team, and like sending out specialized gifts in those spaces. So like, for example, if they love the Patriots, finding a Patriots football and sending them that and saying, okay, from Luke. And then you give them a phone call 2 days later saying, hey, I saw you got my gift, like Patriots football, I saw you love that. It's a warm outreach method. So leading over to Neil now, Neil had a few customers where we did this sales outreach tactic, and he's going to explain a few examples of how he embodied Luke in that way. So
Yeah, so we had a couple of prospects that, we really want to build a relationship with. And we thought, we're trying to take a page out of Luke's playbook and try to really build a relationship and just trying to be a bit unique. So, for example, we had a customer called Goose. And so we sent them a 5-foot goose stuffed toy.
From Amazon.
And yeah, the goal is to try to, show them that we're trying to build a relationship. We're not trying to be another vendor. And I think what Luke's philosophy really tried to help us build that within Print Profit.
Stand out, be different, and have some fun along the way.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's something to talk about. Hopefully they're going to talk about, hey, those weird guys at Print Profit, this is what they did, and get them to talk as well.
And it makes you stand out too. It's like, who's sending out a 5-foot goose to a customer? Like, it's something that we're doing that no one else is doing. And I think customers see that and understand that, and they appreciate it too. Like, they're going to want to work with people like that. They're going to want to follow up with people like that, or at least give you a thank you if that's what you're doing for your customers. So it makes you stand out. It makes you seem different. So that's what we're doing at Print Profit.
And then lastly, we went on our first shop tour that we'll share
we
later
did.
in a video.
So we got Insignia Print Co. Blake, what's his last name?
Waters.
Blake Waters. So Blake Waters, Insignia Print Co. We went to their shop. What city was that in?
It's really, you'd say north of Rochester, Minnesota.
Yeah, so up north, smaller town, smaller area. But let me tell you, like, this place is not a print shop. Like, this place is a freaking facility. Like, they have everything from, they have putt-putt golf, they have rock climbing, there's a print shop in there too. They have skate park, they have a whole campground. I think it was like 300 acres of property land. So it's crazy. The place was a facility. We got a full-on tour. For me to see this place, like, I was expecting to walk in, and Nick mentioned earlier that there's a putt-putt course, and I was like, okay, it's gonna be a putt-putt course and a print shop next to it, but like, it was more than that. Like, it was like every kid's dreamland. So it was cool to talk to Blake and see kind of the history behind it and what led to like creating all these different facets of the business. But then also to be a part of that. Like, I didn't want to leave when we got done with that. I was like, I want to stay here forever. But it's super cool. We got to go down by the campground, see the river running through there, see all the campsites. There's a lot of people who, like, that's pretty much their summer home. So like, they have whole built out porches and backyards and all these cool just stuff around their campers. And then you get to see the rock climbing wall and the putt-putt course and the skate park and get to hear the stories behind that. I think the skate park, they hosted events there a long time ago too. So it's more than just a print shop. And that's what we're chasing with these shop tours, is like, not only seeing, like, yes, they're a print shop, they're a company, but seeing the people behind that and their stories behind that. And it was just super cool to experience that. So overall, fun experience.
It's been a busy month. I'd say we're proud of the July effort. And in the meantime, we'll keep grinding in the building behind this crazy art piece. That's all from Print Profit.